Hold My Drink with Charleen and Ellie, a Go Loud original. Proudly supported by Be Perfect Cosmetics.
You have to think of your future self sometimes to do things in the present.
Why is it all so formal and so everything has to be address it? It's a meeting, let's have a coffee. Ring him or ring her. Say what's a cracker, fellas? You up there, all sorts.
Do I spend the summer in Ibiza for a job, or
Yeah.
do I go on a 6-year holiday with my girls?
It's what? A 6-year holiday.
6? Hello everyone and welcome to Hold My Drink with Charleen and Ellie, a Go Loud original podcast. It's actually just me today, so it's actually not Charleen and Ellie, it's just Charleen. So, hello. This feels very intimate somehow, but hopefully that's okay. Ellie's actually sick with COVID at the moment, so hopefully she'll be back for next week. But for now, didn't want to let you down, didn't want you to be going a week without an episode, so here I am. So hopefully that's okay with you. And if you're new here, this is a podcast kind of designed around a group chat between your best friends, girls battling on a night out, kind of where you spill all the gossip on relationships, dilemmas, life, growing up. Just a really girly, safe space, I suppose. So if you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Today's episode is brought to you by Be Perfect. So Be Perfect are a trend-setting, award-winning cosmetics brand with a huge range of makeup and tanning must-haves. They've actually just launched their first 36-shade foundation range. It's called Chroma Cover. You've probably heard me and Ellie talk about it before in the past, but it's just so nice. I wear W7 for when my tan's kind of lighter, and then W9 when it's quite dark, but it just feels like nothing on the skin. I hate when makeup feels cakey or like you're wearing a lot of it on, and it just genuinely is weightless and full coverage, and it also has good skincare ingredients. So it has hyaluronic acid and vitamin E. So if you want to try it for yourself, there's actually a tool on the website where you can find your foundation shade. If you have a foundation you like at the moment, you can actually put that in and it shows you what foundation you'd be in Be Perfect. So it basically tells you what colour you'd be. If you want to try out a new one or you're sick of your old one, you can find it that way and you'll get basically a perfect match. We also have a code you can use. So you can get for 25% off using the code Hold My Drink. It just excludes the sale items, but you can shop that online on beperfectcosmetics.com. You'll probably see on our Instagrams as well. We've been using it, little demos and videos and stories and stuff. And also I think my last few posts have been use Be Perfect foundation. So yeah, you can have a look at it there. But yeah, this week on Hold My Drink, I actually just went on a rampage about college, the pressures of feeling like college years should be your best years, my experience with going to therapists during college as well, college stress, stress in general. You don't have to be in college to kind of relate, I suppose, when you're going through kind of hard times. I also talked about my J1 experience, which is when I went to Boston for 3 months and worked over there, and just kind of had a little chit chat with you. It's just about life, I suppose, but again, it's just me. Don't be too hard on me. It was my first ever time talking for this long. My voice is hoarse at this point. So I had a special guest in as well for Secrets from the Stalls, Terence Power from the Talking Bollocks podcast. He actually gave such good insight into things that I wouldn't have thought to give advice on. I feel like boys just don't overcomplicate things. Sometimes girls are too formal, like he says himself. We sit down too much and overthink things. Sometimes you just have to bite the bullet and say things and think about it from a really logical point, which I feel like he was really good at doing. So if you want to hear Terence's answers to Secrets from the Stalls, then keep on listening. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this episode regardless of that Ellie's not here. It's obviously not the same, but I really hope you've enjoyed or you do enjoy listening. Okay, for this week's Wait Till I Tell You, this is actually one I've had in my notes for a while. When I think of a funny story or something that happened, I write in my notes because I'm right, I can say that for Wait Till I Tell You. I'm always thinking. But this one I've had in it for quite a while because I was waiting for an episode that it would be suitable for, a boy episode or something like that. But since I'm here by myself and I have time to kill, I'm gonna tell it to you now. So I'm actually gonna put my feet up on the couch, and it's so weird. You think you'll be used to talk to myself through my phone and stuff, but it's so strange. But yeah, so basically sorry, if you haven't heard the podcast before, Wait Till I Tell You is where we tell you a story time or just kind of something that's supposed to happen in our life or happening in our life. So this week, I'm going to tell you about a story that happened to me about 2.5 years ago, maybe more. No, over 2.5 years ago. So basically, I was seeing this guy from England. I met him in Ibiza. He actually texted me on Instagram first, and we never met up the first time I was in Ibiza. But then I went back that year. I went twice, and I met him. Yeah, I met him the second time, and he was grand, like whatever. I was actually mad about him, and I like stayed with him the whole week basically in Ibiza. Went to his house. He like collected me from all this stuff. Spent like so much time with him. You know that type of thing where like you just are mad about someone really quickly. So I was obviously texting him as well for a while before then, so I felt like I kind of knew him more. So that was fine. And I actually then had already a Love Island audition in the pipeline, so I knew it was coming up, and he like knew that as well, whatever. So I was actually going to London. I think it was like 2 weeks after I came back from Ibiza. So I told him, and he was like, oh, obviously, like, come stay with me and stuff. Like, so I'd see him again and obviously have somewhere to stay as well. So I was like, oh my God, so nice. So I was like, grand, text him as normal. I kind of thought we were like seeing each other, like we were texting each other that much. I feel like it's kind of hard to know sometimes, isn't it? But yeah, it was texting him as normal, whatever. Went over to him, met his family, obviously staying in his house. Like it wasn't like he had his own house. He lived with his family. Met his whole family. Done my Love Island audition, picked me up afterwards, went out for food. I think we went to go cinema, but we never did. So yeah, went out for food, whatever, went home. Then we were planning for the next time we'd see each other. So like obviously like if you're flying over to someone, you kind of think that they're like it's just you that they're seeing. So I had booked over to see him again for Halloween. I think it was actually Halloween Day, and we went to go to Alton Towers. Is that what it's called? It's a London theme park. We went to go there together, and my nanny had gotten really sick at the time, and also it was so weird. My gut is like so strong, like it's such a strong feeling I have. I like trust with everything, but my nanny had fallen sick, and it also was just like there was just something telling me not to go. I don't know if it was because my nanny was sick and I thought like something might happen when I was away, but I was due to go for 2 nights and stay with him. But I didn't, and I was like, I don't know. It was like her being sick, but also just something telling me not to go. So I was like, right, I'm not going to go. I can always go again. Like there's no big deal. So we had our Alton Towers tickets booked and everything to go. And it came to the day we were meant to go. It was Halloween, and he didn't text me all day. And I was like, this is so weird. Like he just hasn't been on his phone. Like, and obviously it's fine if someone doesn't text you, but like he didn't say anything. So I was like, is this man alive? Like what's going on? And I was later down with my friend Quiva, and we were in the bed, and I was like, he hasn't texted me all day. It was just so weird. So we ended up going onto his page, and I remember we were just, I don't know if we were looking for something. I don't think we were. I think we were literally just having a nose. But a girl commented on his picture saying something like, I don't know, good looking, or something along them lines. I don't know. It wasn't good looking, but some kind of word for that. And we actually clicked onto her page, right? And then she was on private, but then there was a girl that liked that comment. And when I see someone like a comment like that, it's like either they're like friend liking it, or else the girl like marking her territory kind of thing. So I was like, that's weird. So I went on to that girl's page, right? And he had liked all of her pictures. And I was like, oh my God. I just had this like feeling. It was actually so weird how I ended up on the page. But anyway, clicked onto her story. I think actually I made Quiva do it because I was like, I don't want her to see. And she was in Alton Towers. And I was like, oh my fucking God. And yeah, so anyway, they went on Towers, whatever. Or sorry, no, that day ended. I didn't say that yet. So that day ended. It came to the next day, and he was like, oh, sorry, babe. I just, I was on my phone all day. I was sad that you couldn't come over, something like this, like some shy. And I left my phone. He went over to his friend's house and left his phone at home on charge. Just like, who the fuck does that? I'm sorry. Like, it wouldn't be me. So yeah, said that he went home and put it on charge. And I was like, right. I was like, I'm not going to hit him with like, you were in Alton Towers with a girl, but I will like kind of poke at it. I was like, oh, like, why didn't you go? And he was like, oh no, like, I would have felt too bad going without you. I was like, oh no, you should have went with a friend. And he was like, no, definitely not. And then I said to him, I was like, if you, like, do you think liking girls' pictures is okay? Like, I wasn't like, do you think that's okay? I was like asking him to, because I think people have different views on liking pictures, whether it's okay or not. So I kind of just asked him to see what he said, and he was like, I don't know. I think it kind of means you have some sort of intention with the person. And I was like, oh my God, he's after liking all his girls' pictures. She was in Alton Towers. Like, I was like, I cannot believe this. And I don't know what I said then, but I think it was something like, I know you were in Alton Towers with a girl. I was like, fuck it, I know. My gut's right. I'm just going to say it. I don't care if it ends up being crazy. And he was like, denied to the ground. And then he was like, okay, no, I did go. And I was like, well, who? And he gave me 5 names, including 2 boys and 3 girls. And one of the girls' names was her. So I was like, okay, maybe it was like just like a friend thing. And then he kind of was like, he's like, oh, I just didn't want to tell you. And I was like, oh, was that a triple date? He was like, no, it was nothing like that at all. And then I was like, well, if I texted her, would she tell me the same thing? And then I think he admitted it first, or else I texted her first. I think he admitted it first, but he was like, oh no, look, I've actually been seeing her since Ibiza as well. So he met her in Ibiza too. I was like, this little fucking Ibiza prick. And he basically, it's actually so funny. He basically was like saying that his head was gone and he didn't know who he liked better. And the way he was saying it was like he literally convinced himself of how he was feeling of that being okay. He kind of just wanted to like test us both out and see which one he ended up liking better. And he was like, and you also like live in Ireland and all. I was like, okay, so you can't keep your dick in your pants because I live in a different country. Like just save me the time and just don't even entertain me. But anyway, so I texted her. At this point, I was obviously fuming, texted her and told her, and she was like, oh my God, because I just knew in my heart, like, because I wasn't even afraid of being like, oh, if I text her and she's like, we're just friends, I wasn't even afraid of feeling crazy or anything like that, or looking crazy, because I was just so annoyed. And she was like, no, like, we went just us two. She was like, I can't believe that he's after telling you that and stuff. I just bought him, his dog had died like 2 weeks before. She was like, I just bought him a tracksuit when his dog died and all. And I was like, that makes so much sense that she would have been kind of with him, because I kept being like, oh, do you want to FaceTime? And he'd be like, no, I'm too sad about my dog dying and stuff. So yeah, I was talking to her then. She was like, what the fuck? She's like, I can't believe we were basically in a relationship. She'd been seeing him a little bit longer than me. And she was like, I've met his family and all. I was like, hang on, this man has brought 2 different girls to stay in his house. And we also figured out that I came to him on a Thursday, I think it was, and she'd just been staying on his Wednesday. So we had us both back to back staying in his house like a day after each other and one night after each other, which is crazy as well. And she was like, oh my God, I'm meeting up with him now. I'm going to like make him grovel to get me back and all. And I was like, what? I was like, why would you want this man back? I didn't say this, but she actually ended up bringing me this all on the phone. And I was like, why would you want this man back? Why would you put yourself to that level? But I think for some people, they think that it makes them want that man more then, because they're like, oh, I want to win. Whereas my mindset was like, run away from this man as quick as you can, rather than being like, oh, but I want to be the girl he ends up with. That is the fucking stupidest mindset ever. I don't care. Like, that is ridiculous. It's going to get you hurt. And he's obviously just not a good person if he's able to literally have a girl stay in their house one day apart. Like, that's awful. So she was saying all this and I was like, okay, like, grovel all you want. Just like, enjoy that. And then she was like, I'm going to his house now. Like, wish me luck. I'll let you know how it goes and stuff. And then later on, he was playing like he's a DJ. He was playing a DJ set at this club, and she was like, oh, I don't know what to do. Like, all my friends want to go and all still. And I was like, what? First of all, what kind of friends do you have that will that would still want to go to that after what happened? So I was like, okay, enjoy. I wasn't really giving my opinion, because I knew what kind of opinion she had and what kind of mindset she had. And some people you can't talk to, you can't get through to them. And she ended up putting up a story of him that night. Like, after finding out he's literally seeing someone else at the exact same time. It was like she wanted to like prove she'd kind of won. I never really got sorry from him, really. He ended up blocking me actually that day. Not from me like, oh, mad or anything like that, but I reckon she was like, block her now. Because he was like, I'll ring you tomorrow and explain myself. And so like, no, he didn't even say sorry. He was like, I'll explain myself tomorrow. So I was like, right, grand, I can live with that. Like, it's fine. I wasn't really that devastated over it either, because I don't even see him in a few weeks, and like, why would you be sad over someone who's like that? I'm like, he wasn't even good looking. Like, why do boys think they can do that? Like, and the girl that he was seeing, I think he actually got with her afterwards. She was gorgeous. Like, so I was like, why is she settling for that? Like, he's not even a nice person. Nice person obviously is the main priority, but he's not even nice, and he's not even good looking. But yeah, I put up a story from that night, and then that was it. Then got with him, like, got in a relationship with him. I don't know if she's with him now. But I remember when I was getting hate on Twitter before then, like, it was a few months later only. It was like 3 months later. I was getting hate and I was like, I wonder, has she like liked any of the hate tweets? And I went onto her page and she literally had retweeted some of them. I was like, I was nothing but nice, this girl. I told her so nicely. I was not one bit like, why would I be mean? Like, you're both in the same boat. I think it's so important to stick by girls at times like that. Like, fuck the boy. He's after fucking his boat over. Stick with the girl. Especially when I was literally being nice, didn't say one bad thing. Why would I? Like, trying to help this girl and she just didn't want my help and just got back with him and got in a relationship with him. And then months later was basically feeding into hate. I was getting on Twitter. I was like, that's so petty. I'm just glad I'm not that petty. But yeah, that's my wait till I tell you. Very dramatic. Very long. I think I went on about 20 tangents, but it's very funny at the same time. It's kind of funny looking back. I remember I cried once about it because I was just like, why are all men so horrible? Because I was, I think I'd only broken up with, no, did I? No, I was actually quite single quite a few months. But you know, like when you have a bad experience with boys and then you have another one, you're just like, fuck this. Like, that's what I felt like. But yeah, everything happens for a reason and he was just a little dickhead. So yeah, just be careful if you meet someone who's from a different country. Because that's what I mean. Like, you don't know what that person's going to be like, really. Like, that's just goes to show. It's good. It's always good when you know someone who knows someone. And then you're like, right, you can get kind of background check. Like, obviously you can meet people abroad who aren't like that. You can have great relations with people abroad. But just be careful and do your work. Do your detective work, because that was so good from us. We didn't even mean to find that. But like the fact she put up the Alton Towers like story, I was like, oh my God, I just knew straight away. And then she said to me as well, she was like, oh my God, I was wondering why you didn't reshare that, because you didn't reshare the story. And I was like, I didn't see his name tag. She's like, no, I did. I tagged him in like a little writing at the end, in like black writing, so it blended in. And she was wondering why I didn't share it, and that was why. So just be wary is all I'll say. So for this week's German Word of the Week, we have a volunteer. So Leanne is our producer and she said you come on so I could talk to someone because, God, I need to...
It's looking a little lonely on this couch.
Yeah, it's so empty. I'm going to put my feet up actually as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
When I walked into the studio, Charleen actually had her feet up as well. She's taking full advantage of being by herself this week and loving it.
It's the only good thing. But yeah, obviously German Word of the Week, someone needs to guess the word. So I couldn't guess by myself because I know it. So this is where I basically teach you a German word. My mom's German, if you didn't know that by now. I teach you a German word that will hopefully come in handy sometime, some point in your life. This week, it's a word that, it's not a thing, but it's like, it's a good word if you're going to Germany that you might need to know.
Okay.
Maybe you'll know this already. Do you know German? Oh,
I did German for the leaving cert.
Oh.
And every week when you and Ellie do it, I'm always like guessing.
Oh, you're definitely going to
I'd say like I'm about 50-50 with guessing it right.
Okay.
Or like being along the lines. So again, it's going to be 50-50 today,
okay.
I think.
Okay. I think you will get this. So
okay.
It's really basic, but it's good.
Okay.
So the word is danke.
Thank you.
Yeah. No. Need to spread it out. I can't talk for this long by myself.
Do another one. Something else that would be helpful if you're going to Germany.
If you're in Germany. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ausgang.
Oh, I can see this word. It's one with the little B. What you call that?
No, Ausgang. No.
Oh, is it not?
I don't think so.
Oh, it's like
Ausgang.
Oh, it is.
I think.
It is S. Okay. Ausgang. Something to do with travel.
Yes.
Or like a mode of transport.
Yeah. You're warmer.
Something to do with trains?
It's not to do with trains, but you'd see it in a train station written.
Departures.
No.
Oh my God, we're
close. So really
is
close.
It? Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Kind of. It makes sense. Like, what do you think that?
Ausgang. So out.
Yeah.
Gang.
Like Fußgang is a footpath.
Ausgang.
And that's like foot.
Oh, why can't I think of this? Ausgang. Oh my God, I'm actually like stumped with this one.
It's exit. So you're right.
Oh.
So out and like gang is like away. So like you're saying outway. That doesn't like directly translate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Ausgang. Exit.
Yay.
I like that.
If you ever are stuck in anywhere in Germany and you need to get out, ask for the Ausgang.
Ausgang.
Yeah.
Love it. Very
Yay,
helpful, Charleen.
thanks,
Well
Leanne.
done.
Leanne's our producer. Did I say that already?
You did, yeah.
Yeah, she's our producer, so she volunteered. People are very good today. Jumping in. I can hear Terence.
Of course.
I can hear him.
You hear Terence
Yeah.
before you
We
see him. That's-
This is like a bolted door and you can still hear him do it. Like,
We need like double, triple glazed
literally.
doors to stop Terence's voice coming in, but you'll hear him very
yeah,
soon anyway.
definitely.
Thanks, Charleen.
Thank you. So I asked on Instagram, because obviously I'm flying solo today, what you kind of want me to talk about. And I thought I'd talk about stuff that maybe Ellie can't relate to, kind of, or like we can't really discuss that much because it's only stuff that I'm, what's the words? It's always good to have another person when you're looking for words. Leanne, what's the word I'm looking for? That's only applicable to me. That is the word. So a lot of people said college and my J1 experience. So I thought I'd talk on that a little bit. My college life, I've kind of talked about before. We've done a college episode, but I'll kind of briefly go through it again. So I started with childcare. I left. Actually, let's go back to school. Let's take it back. So I went to school. I done fourth year. And then I regretted doing fourth year when I finished it because I was like, I can't believe I've 2 years left. The idea in my head of fourth year was so much better than it actually was. Like for some people I know it's great and like really like builds them as a person and all this. And I know some skills it's mandatory. Mine wasn't. So I chose to do it. So I was like, fuck, why did I do that? So then I went to a different school and I actually skipped fifth year. I didn't do fifth year. So I done fourth. I went straight to sixth. I don't really know how I done it still, but I ended up getting like a quite good leaving cert still. But I basically, the reason I moved schools, I wanted to get, I wanted to do law originally. I don't know why. I think I seen like Legally Blonde and just wanted to wear the pink outfits. I think a lot of actually my choices go around outfits, but I wanted to do law. Yeah, so that was quickly out the window. I went to the school that has like all day schools. Did you 9:30 to 6? And I remember going in the first day, like plan on doing fifth and sixth year, and I came home sobbing, crying. I was like, I can't do this for 2 years. Like it's such a long day. Like you're literally in there forever. Like you have your study breaks basically within your day. So when you come home, you have nothing to do then. But like you get home at like, by the time you're home, it's like 8 o'clock or something, or like 7. So your day's kind of gone anyway. So I done that. Done sixth year, got the leaving cert, and then I changed to childcare kind of abruptly. I love kids. Like I love babies. I don't really like them when they get that old, but I love babies. So I was like, right, I'll just do childcare. This will be good. It'll be like kind of fun. So I done that. I lasted 3 months because I went to placement and they made me wear like this cardigan, and I just had this. Do you know what? My gut feeling's actually so good. I just had this gut feeling that I need to leave. My mom came into me and she's like, "You want to leave college, don't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I hate it." I think there's a difference between like hating your course and hating college but also knowing there's something else for you. Like that was the difference. Because I never liked my other college course either, but my gut was telling me to stay in it because I think your gut is my gut is really strong on things like that. You'll know when it's like, okay, now I need to leave, versus like, no, I just haven't enjoying it that much, but I can stick it. So anyway, moved into marketing then, and I done that for 4 years. Didn't really like it. Like it was fine. I had it easy, to be honest. Like the course wasn't very like strenuous, wasn't like heavy work or anything like that. But I just didn't like going. Like it was just not a good experience. I didn't have that many friends in college until like the last year. My ex was in my college course. Not really a good mix of people to be in the same course, and my class is really small as well. So I felt like that was a really like lonely time for me them few years. I felt like anxious a lot of the time and just not wanting to go in, and it just wasn't. I really attach like how I feel to like an environment. So if I feel like anxious in an environment, like I feel like I'll always feel like that when I go there, if that makes sense. So I just hate it. Like I cried all the time in college, and my friends were in like a different course in the year above me. I remember I was going through a breakup. I'd be like, "Are you in class or can you come out?" And they were so good. They'd always come out to me and like cheer me up and stuff. But I actually went to the college counsellor as well. If you didn't know that, there's counsellors in college. Most of them, I think, would have them. She was so good. I could go between lectures and all. I just felt so much better about everything, because I think sometimes college stress. People are asking about that as well, actually. College stress and like assignments, and then personal life gets so on top of you, like, because if you're going through something in your personal life, it's going to reflect so much on your college work, and it's going to reflect on, it's going to reflect on everything, every part of your life, but especially I think college, like that's the last thing you ever want to do when you're going through something. But I think going to that counsellor at time, I think I went for like maybe 6 or 8 weeks, just made me feel so much better about it. And like sometimes it's nice to just feel heard, and like someone's listening to what you're saying and validating what you're saying and saying, okay, this is why you feel this way. Like for me, that's what counselling is and does. It's just a way of getting your things out there to people who aren't in the situation, feeling heard, feeling validated, and them saying it's okay to feel that way, and this is why I feel that way, and kind of linking the emotions together. Like I'm really like that. I need to know why I feel a certain way to get over feeling that way. But yeah, went to the counsellor then. That made me feel much better. But I think I went to her twice actually within the 4 years, for like, as in like 2 rounds of it. So like, I think like 6 weeks each time. But yeah, it's a great tool to use if you're in college, even just if you're stressed. You don't have to have something big going on ever to feel like you need to go to counselling. And it was free as well. So I think most colleges do have that. I remember the first time I was like real shy about going, like embarrassed to be seen outside it. And then I was like, fuck it. Like, why should you be embarrassed about wanting help or asking for help for something, or make yourself feel less stressed? If anything, like, you should feel proud of that. And I think that it's just not something you should ever feel like you have to hide. Like, I'm so open about it. I talk to anyone about it because I'm like, the more open you are, the more open other people might feel to being that way. And if I can make one person feel better about, asking for help or turn to help for someone, then that makes it worth it. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent. I'm actually going on more tangents without Ellie than with her, which I didn't think I'd do. But college life then, hated most of it. I had friends then, like, more in my last year. So it was actually, no, I forgot that COVID happened. So the last year and a half, I think we weren't in, but I kind of got friends then. I think, or maybe it was the last 2 years I had friends. Yeah, maybe last year and a half or something. But anyway, COVID happened, and that was actually like a blessing for me. I was so happy to not have to be in there. I hated being in physically in college, even though I missed it sometimes because you wouldn't be as focused at home. But I didn't like the environment. I didn't particularly like some people in the course for, whatever reasons. So to have to be at home, I literally felt like, I remember like thanking the universe. It sounds so stupid if you don't like believe in the universe kind of stuff. I remember just being like, I'm so happy this has happened. Obviously not happy COVID happened, but that I wasn't in college. I was like, I felt like there was someone looking out for me, like making that happen. Not COVID, like I said, but the situation of us not being in college, because they could have brought us in, obviously, with masks and all that. And I know some colleges did, I think. But I was like, I'm just so happy I'm not, even though it obviously was hard. It's really hard doing it at home and trying to focus. But yeah, finished college then, finished in last year, 2021, finished in May, graduated in October. I think I meant to have like an in-person graduation as well, because we had like a fake one where they call out your name on a TV screen. But I haven't heard of that, so I don't know if it's still happening. But I think there's a lot of pressure on like people to feel, I did feel that pressure, like to feel like college years should be your best years. And like, even when you see them in like American TV or like films, like they're always having so much fun. And I was just like, I'm having a fucking shit time. I was like, why do I hate this so much? So don't feel like you have to be having like the best time ever, like the time of your life, because it's not always like that. Life happens, shit happens. And yeah, it can be just like a way of getting you to the next stage in your life. Like, it's not a waste of time. It teaches you so much things, like valuable lessons, life lessons, like resilience of staying in. Like, I was so proud of myself when I graduated, because I was like, think about the amount of stuff that happened in them 4 years that I got through while juggling college. I came out to a full-time job that I created for myself through influencing, and that I also juggled while doing college full-time and all that. So I was like, I'm patting myself on the back. I finished it. I was resilient to it, and that's what I was most proud for. Not the grades I got, not the time I spent, but just for being resilient, I suppose. And it just taught me a lot about myself. That was nice to know. Also, I don't know if I told a quote before in this podcast, but this is actually such a Jay Shetty vibes podcast. I feel like I'm saying inspirational things. Not that I'm an inspiration, but do you know what I mean? What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So I remember in college, I seen a quote. I don't know if I said this. I think I might have said this the other week. Maybe I said to someone in real life. But if you ever look at the time it takes to do something and you get turned off by it, like say college is 4 years, like it's daunting. Like 4 years of life, it's a long time, but it also does fly by. Like I feel like college went in a blink of an eye. But if you ever look at something and you're thinking about the time it takes to do it, the time is going to pass anyway. And I think that's such a good way of looking at things, because I remember after 3 years, I could have left and had like I think it's an ordinary degree or some type of degree after 3 years. And I was like, will I just leave? Like, that's enough for me. I don't really want to do anything with my degree. I'll have still a certain type of degree, but 1 year extra would give me the honours degree. So I remember being like, oh, will I just do it? And then I was like, no, do you know what? That year is going to pass anyway. And when I look back at that year, I'll be probably happier that I stuck it out. I done it. It's gone now. That's it. You have to think of your future self sometimes to do things in the present. Like do things that your future self will thank you for. I think is important when it comes to college, because it's not always easy. You're going to want to drop out. I nearly dropped out about 27 times. I'm not even messing. Cried so many times in them bathrooms. And I'm glad I stuck it out. Like you do be proud of yourself when you do it. So, yeah, that was my little college life. So then in the middle of my college life, I done a J1. So a J1 is basically where you get to go to America for 3 months. So I went to Boston. It's like a special visa you can do when you're in college. I don't think you can do it otherwise. But I was basically working at Pennies at the time. And they had like a J1 program where they like sort out your job for you. So all you have to do is like, they sort your job. You just like have to find an apartment and book flights, whatever, and you go there for 3 months. And it also means you don't lose your job. So I was really happy in Pennies. Like I was getting really good money for the time, like obviously during college and stuff. That was my second year of college, I think I'd done it in. So this summer of second year. So I went over and I was like, grand, I'll have my job when I come back. I'll be on the same money, just take like a 3-month little break basically, but still be working in Pennies. So worked in Pennies over there. I went to like a company, I think it was called J1 Ireland. They sorted my visa out for me. Like you pay for that and all, and you go to the embassy to your interview to make sure you're like fit for going over, I suppose, and you know like the rules of stuff. So yeah, I went over. I lived with 9 other girls. It was. A few of them were in Pennies with me, and a few of them we found on like this Facebook group. So if you're looking to move anywhere, Facebook groups are like so good. I know most people don't use Facebook anymore probably that are listening, but it's like, I think it was called J1 Ireland or something. But if you look up like Irish in New York or Irish in Australia, like there's always groups where you can meet people, and people in them groups want to meet people. So it's not like you feel like Scarlett writing in or like looking for something. They want to meet people, they want to help you, and they want probably to live with you as well, because they're always looking for people. So yeah, I met 9 other girls. We lived in like this gorgeous house in Cambridge in Boston near Harvard. And oh my God, best summer ever, best decision I ever made is going there. Like if you actually asked me what was my best life decision, that would probably be in the top 3, to be honest. Oh my God, it was just so good. We had the best time ever. I actually wasn't 21 though. I was only 19, I think. So I had to use one of the girls' IDs. She was 21, so I took her driver's license. She used her passport. I remember one night the barman was like, or the bouncer was like, that's not you. He's like, I'm not taking that. And I was like, fuck. I was like, this is her driver's license. I can't get this taken off her. She's going to need that. Like, so the waterworks came on. When I need to cry, I will cry, like, to get what I want. But I was like, please, I really need that. It's really me. I just need it. I'm going to a water park tomorrow and I'm driving there. Like, so I really need my license and stuff. And didn't he believe, well, I don't know if he believed me, but he felt bad for me and let me in. So that was that. But yeah, I worked in Pennies 3 months. Met so many, like, the best people ever. We worked full time though. I don't know how we done it. Like, if I think now, going to a shift when you come in at 3 a.m, 4, and our shifts sometimes start at 7. How did I function? Like, genuinely, but it was so good. It was mad seeing how like American people work and like the difference in it, and like the difference in the Pennies over there. I was in the same department, so I knew it kind of back to front, like the health and beauty department. I used to love like giving people advice and all. It kind of makes sense actually though for what I do. Like if people come up to me in Pennies asking me like about a product, like I'd love to tell them about it or like find something that suits them and all. So I loved working in that department. But it was just the best summer ever. We went up to New York as well. We got a bus up. It was like 3 hours long. Got a bus to New York. Went there for a few days, and I went up to Canada as well because my ex at the time and my friend was living up there for summer. So I went up to them as well. That was like a 6-hour flight. It's actually so far away. I didn't realise how big America is. Obviously, Canada is in America, but it's like right above it. So it's kind of above like LA, the part I was going to. I think it was Vancouver. Went there. I actually ended up staying extra there. There was like, I was getting a connecting flight on the way home, and there was a storm in New York, and I was coming home from, I was going Vancouver to New York to Boston. And I was like, if I get stuck in New York, like, I don't really want that. And I was having fun. So I was like, I don't really want to leave. So I rang them and I was like, oh, like, my flight's have to get cancelled. I have to stay here for a few days. And they were like, that's fine. So that's what I did. And we just had the best time ever. Like, it was, if you get a chance to do day one, honestly, grab it by the balls and do it. You can actually do it. I think you can do it after you finish college. Like, I could have done it last summer, but obviously J1s weren't open because of COVID. But if you finish college this year, say if you're in your final year right now, you can do one this summer. Boston was just amazing. It was so nice. Like, there's so many Irish going around. Like, there was loads of a lot of boys actually. They were doing like hurling and like GAA over there. All the boys. So they were like getting paid actually to play over there. So there was loads of Irish people everywhere you went. Like, we literally, so funny, you go away to like learn new culture and all, but then you end up with Irish people all the time. But even the girls I was living with, they were from all over Ireland, and we just had the best time ever. Do you know what I'm raging? I used to not vlog back then because I'm raging. I just wish I had like more like footage of our time there. We just had the best time ever. Like, and one of the girls, Chloe, she was my roommate. We ended up like literally best friends. Still talk to her all the time. I only met up with her there a few weeks ago. We were like, oh my God, we're so happy that we got put together. Like, we ended up together in the room because I texted her because I seen she was in the same department as me and Penny's. So I ended up texting her. We flew over together and stuff, but like, we just clicked straight away. We're literally the same person. Like, I feel like it wouldn't have been as good if I hadn't have met her because she was just like the best. But yeah, we always say we're like, thank God we were put together and all because it just made our time so much better. So shout out to Chloe if she's listening. But yeah, I think that's it for my little ramble. Can't believe I had to talk to myself basically, or talk to a wall. But thanks so much for all your suggestions about what I should talk about. There's actually so many. I feel like you understand the struggle of that this would have been hard. It actually wasn't that hard. I'm actually quite good at talking like for a long time. I didn't think I'd be so good at talking by myself, but I feel like I can talk to like people for a long time. So yeah, proud of myself, but I miss Ellie. So every week we have an exclusive competition just for the listeners at home I drink. So each week we select one of you to win some product of your choice from Be Perfect, who are our sponsors, like we said. Like I said, oh my God, why am I saying we? Oh my God, I'm so lonely. So all you have to do is tag myself, Ellie, who's obviously not here, but still tag her, Go Loud and Be Perfect in your story with a screenshot of you listening to the podcast. Could be in the car, could be on your phone, on whatever you listen to, and just tag all of us, and then we announce the winner at the end of each week's episode. So this week's winner is Billy Morgan. So it's Billy Morgan 16 on Instagram. So congratulations, you've won some fab Be Perfect bits. So we will get your address off you and then obviously send them out to you. So you can shop online as well if you haven't won. Shop online at beperfectcosmetics.com, and again our code is Hold My Drink. But again, every week we'll be doing this, so you can always have a chance to win every week. So make sure, like I said, tag us all in, you listen to the podcast and pop on your story, and then you're in with a chance of winning. So Terence Power from the Talking Bollocks podcast has saved the day.
Yeah.
Ellie's voice has gotten a bit deeper.
Fuck Ellie, yeah.
So you just done your first live show.
I did.
Tell us about the live show.
Unbelievable. Best night ever.
And you were so nervous before.
Rattling. Couldn't even walk. I couldn't talk, couldn't walk, couldn't eat all day.
Were you nearly going to just not do it? Like,
yeah. They said 5 minutes left to go and we were behind the curtain, and I says, boys, I'll wrap her up here now.
I started shaking and all, like.
Oh my. Even when I look back on the videos, I can feel how nervous I was.
Yeah.
But when I got out on the stage and the Hip Knocker song come on and I
then
got
you
out
were
on the stage,
fine.
I was like, get me a mic.
I don't know, make you have one of them moments where you're like, fuck, this is actually like
Yeah.
unreal.
After, so
That
after...
you've made it kind of like,
well, not made, I wouldn't say.
no, it is though. It is. People chanting your name and all like.
Yeah, I know, but still, fuck all that. But when we got backstage and all, we just sat in the dressing room. We left all our phones in the other dressing room. We just sat down. We all just took a moment, and it was late.
Oh,
it was
that's
deadly,
really
it was.
emotional.
Yeah, I'll start shopping.
No,
Right.
so Terence is coming on. He's been a guest before for the Christmas special episodes.
Don't even.
He doesn't like to talk about them.
Charleen stung me in that when she did. Yeah, our opening question was, "What's your body count?"
But then we all got really comfortable in the room, and then
Too comfortable.
then
is
you
the
got the
problem.
fear afterwards. A little bit, but it's not gonna be like that. This is Secrets from the Stalls.
Yeah.
So basically,
Is this mad serious? Like,
like it's serious questions, but like it's fine.
I think I asked the wrong person for this.
No, it's fine. You just have to give your because boys are gonna have a different opinion on things, so it's good.
Right.
So we'll see. But basically, our listeners send in their dilemmas every week of what something they're going through or something like that, and we try to help them. But we always say we're not Bible, so don't take our word for a fully because it could
Yeah.
be wrong.
Valid point.
Yeah. So first one is: am I wasting my teenage years being in a relationship since 14?
How old is she now?
I don't know.
Have a look
Here
at
we
her page and take it.
She looks about 18 or 19.
No, if you love someone, you love someone.
Oh,
See me? You're
Yeah.
not wasting your teen years. I show you, anyways. What do you even do in your teen years? You can't even do one.
that's true.
It's your
actually.
20s you'd
Actually,
be
the
worried
good
about.
time.
Yeah.
The good time to be
Do
with
you know what I
someone.
mean? But in your 20s, you'd be saying, I don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But your teen years, what else you going to do?
But also, do you not think when you start having doubts like that's when like you shouldn't be with them if she's thinking that? Because you think if you're in a happy relationship that you
But
don't
do you reckon it's her thing now? I'd imagine it's someone saying to her.
saying it to her in her ear.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's her thing now. I reckon people are saying to her, do you not reckon you...
Yeah,
Do you get me? And now she's asking the question.
yeah, that's
No,
true.
I don't think so.
So no, that's
Um,
good.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Yes, 30. Now I'm like Dr. Phil sitting here, yeah?
Opinion on guys in relationships watching girls' thirst traps on TikTok.
What's toast traps?
Like, how would you describe a thirst trap? Let me look it up. Thirst trap.
Oh,
A
shit.
thirst trap, in the most formal of definitions, is a sexy or flirty photo meant to elicit a viewer's attention. So it's something
So
to
like
get
the dirty videos on TikTok, like
not dirty, like, but like
twerking and all.
all that. Yeah. Something for that you're putting up maybe for the opposite sex, like,
Right.
or wherever you
And
want.
what's my opinion on fellas who are in a relationship watching it?
Yeah.
What's the big deal? So, like, have you got an issue with that? If you went in St. Dano watching them, would you be filming?
Well, I know that it comes up on the have you have TikTok? Yeah.
Don't be on it now.
Have you had it though? Like, have you been
Yeah,
on
I
it?
have it. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to post a video.
So
down.
like, but you know how much like everyone's videos come up on your feed, even people you don't follow. So it's like,
But
it's
if he
probably
was
gonna-
purposely, if he seen one, right?
if he
and
was
clicked
looking
in,
them up, yeah, like I don't think
Why?
I wouldn't like to. Well, I wouldn't like to see it happening. Like
Yeah. Like, so would you have an issue with Dana watching porn?
I'm like, I'd rather you didn't, but like obviously everyone does.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
Do you? I'll sting her now.
No comments. No, but everyone does. Like,
Yeah, so.
yeah.
Like, so you've no issues with him watching porn. Do you have an
Mm.
issue with him? Is it because like this young one could be like a real person, like who we could bump into?
Yeah. But also, I'd
And then
rather
this
him
one's
not
a
watch.
porn star, like who is most likely.
I think
not
do
gonna
you know what
bump
it is?
into.
It's just the thought of it, like because
don't-
everyone. What?
I don't see any hassle in it.
Do
To
you
be
not?
honest, no, I don't think it's a big deal. Look, I don't think it's something to start an argument over.
No, but it's something to be jealous over. Like,
Yeah, you could get jealous of
I
it.
wouldn't like to see it. Like,
Mm.
I'd rather just live in stuff like that. Like, live in ignorance of it. Like, just pretend like it's not happening.
Jesus. I couldn't live a life like that. As like saying, sure, if he's ripping me off his hand, I'll just live in
No,
ignorance of
I,
it.
I was about to say not in situations like that, but
So in
like,
certain situations.
I wouldn't like him to be like, oh yeah, look at this girl's arse. Like,
Would you not?
show me.
Look, like,
I've never been in a relationship like that.
when I think of
Maybe-
a relationship that I'd want, like this dream relationship would be to be with someone who could literally say to you, look at her ass and that, and you go, yeah, she's a cracker, yeah. It doesn't mean that you're into it or you want to have sex with her, but it's all
Yeah.
right to comment and look and say, Jesus, she's a bleeding cracker. And
Yeah,
you
I
know what I mean?
suppose it's real open, isn't it? Like,
It's
then
open, and then like clearly trust each other and things like that. Jesus,
That's
Christ, I'm very
true.
formal here, aren't I?
I've never been in a relationship like that.
Yeah, so that's why I think like it's easier.
Because then there's less jealousy because you're open about if you
Yeah,
someone's
like
good
it's
looking or
okay
not.
to comment on someone, not to look
Yeah.
at someone and say, she's a cracker,
Yeah.
he's a cracker.
Yeah, because it's
Whatever.
natural for people to think that.
Yeah.
You're obviously going to think it no matter if
Like,
you're
no matter what.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Like,
Mm.
like it's human nature. You're going to think something. You're walking down the road, you see someone, you might go, Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? It happens. You know?
But so would you just say it straight away?
What?
If you're with someone, you're walking with them, and then you see someone that you fancy.
No, I haven't been in a relationship where I would say it. But
No.
like, what I'm saying is the dream
You would like,
relationship.
you
is
would
that.
like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where you can just do that.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Because I have
Yeah.
friends who are with their boards.
And they're able to
And
do
they,
that.
they can do that. Like if they're walking down
Do
the
they,
road,
would
like,
they ever fight about it?
no, like the board would say to him, look at her ass. And he'd go, Jesus Christ, or whatever. And he'd walk, it's cool.
Would it
It's
be,
all like
what,
the
what
team.
if the boy mentioned the arse first, though?
Yeah, cool.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I could.
It's not that
I
big of a
would-
deal. It's
no,
a different sort
I
of
know,
going over
it's
and grabbing her blade nice.
Yeah, that's true.
They're just saying, yeah, or whatever, she's nice, he's lovely, blah, blah, blah.
That's true.
Do you get me?
Yeah, if they're both on the same page about it, then
Yeah.
why not? I suppose.
Fuck's sake.
Someone said, "How do I tell my best friend her boyfriend is gay? She's been with him 2 years and everyone knows."
What?
I wonder how she knows though that he's gay. Do you reckon he just has gay vibes, or he actually has done something?
Don't know. What'd you say to that one?
I don't
So,
know.
surely she'd know if he was gay. Like, surely he wouldn't want to be having sex with her. Surely she'd know it's a cover-up of some sort.
Yeah, but sometimes people are blinded by love, like for the person.
But I mean,
Let's
like- I don't know. Just tell her. Why are you hesitating for?
say, you can't say your fella's gay.
Well, you can't just assume that he's gay, so you have to have
Of
facts
course,
behind
that's
it.
what I mean.
So she knows that he's out doing whatever with
But
fellas.
do you reckon he is, or does she just assume?
Well, if she's assuming it, well, then that's stupid. But I mean, if she's trying to say the whole friend's fella is gay,
something's happened, like, yeah.
well, then surely she's going off something, or else she's just assuming.
Yeah, I think if you're going off something, how does she tell her though? You'd probably sit them down and be like,
No,
no.
do you know Joe
Girls
Pablo and
overcome-
Charleen?
what?
Yes, like, why is it all so formal and so, like, everything has to be like a dressy? It's a meeting, like, let's have a coffee. Ring him or ring her. Say, what's a crack? Your fellas out up there, all sorts.
Yeah,
Why do you have to, like,
if that's the case, obviously.
yeah, like, if you're going off facts, if not, she's just assuming because he's like, a bit feminine or something.
Yeah,
like
but
that.
your boys
you
can be
can't just-
feminine
Yeah,
and not be
100%.
gay, yeah.
So, yeah.
But if
whatever.
you've heard things,
Your fella's, if your
Yeah.
friend's fella is gay, you know he's gay and you're not telling her about it, you're not a friend. Simple as.
that's so true.
Get me?
Boys are more straight.
But he
than-
could be bisexual.
Yeah,
And then if she's into that, it's cool. I don't know. Bollocks.
but you could have, yeah, well,
Spanner in the works.
oh fuck. But then again, if he can't be doing it while she's with her as well.
Well, if
Surely
she's
it's
into
not
it, she
cheap.
lets him.
Yeah, maybe she knows.
Yeah.
Maybe she's in on it. Like, what's it called when you're swingers?
Swingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that happens in Ireland, like swingers?
In Ireland.
Yeah,
Ireland.
Ireland.
Do you reckon it happens in Ireland, did you say?
What did I say? Ireland.
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 We had a singer before. Ireland.
Oh,
or
yeah,
Ireland.
Ireland.
It's Ireland.
Yeah.
But moving on. Did you say, do you reckon that happens in Ireland?
Yeah, swingers.
What
like,
do you think it only happens in certain countries?
I don't know. I just feel like I can't imagine Irish people being swingers. Like,
Yeah, of course it
I'd
does.
love to have a swinger on the podcast.
Oh my God, Lee.
Wouldn't it be?
That would be good. But
Any
then what would you,
swingers wanna
like,
come on?
what?
I'd just be like, so, actually, no, yeah, what would you say?
Yeah, what would you say? Like, what's a crack? Like, how do you get into that? Like,
Oh my God. Okay, so don't make it too formal.
fucking ring her and tell her a fella is whatever.
Yeah.
Moving on. Swiftly. What a question.
My friend keeps going back to her ex no matter what, and it's draining on our friendship. What do I do? It's so hard.
What can you do?
I know. There's only so much you can do because
Mm.
at the end of the day, this person is their own individual. No matter what you say, they're gonna want to do what they want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
You can give them advice. You can.
Like, no matter what you
Tell
say,
them
they're
to-
going to do what they're going to do.
That's what I
Do
mean.
you get me? Like,
That's what I
so,
mean.
regardless, if it's affecting a relationship, so be it. Because,
Yeah, it's either accept it and be friends with them.
yeah.
You don't have to be.
See, I think people get caught up in this whole thing where if they're not seeing their friends all the time, oh my God, it's
She's not a
something
friend.
negative
Yeah,
to say.
yeah.
It's something negative to say. Or maybe people just have different things to do with their life. Now she has a fella she wants to have more time with him. It's cool. Why can't you just ring each other once a month or once every 2 weeks and say what stories you want to
I agree, yeah.
Get me?
People think that
Because you
that's
always
based
hear
on the time you see them. It's not like.
Yeah, 100%. Like, you always hear that type of thing, like, oh my God, they're at the end of a fella, or they're at the end of a board. And, like, I haven't heard from them anymore. Leave them to and mind their business.
Yeah, and I think especially the first few months you meet someone, like, you end up being with them all the time. But, like, it's nice to be in that little bubble for a while.
Because you're in that honeymoon period, and then after 6 months, they're slaughtering.
I think let them. But if it comes to a stage where you're ringing your friend and they're not answering or not there for you during something, then it's different.
Yeah.
But, like, you don't have to see someone all the time to be friends with them.
Yeah,
that's
but
not how
friendship
should work.
Draining on the relationship as well, but whatever. You can't really say that to it. People are going to do what they're going to do. That's why I hate when people get involved. You ever see when there's a couple fighting and people are getting involved and all?
Yeah.
I always say, leave them to it because you'll be the worst.
You'll only make it worse
in
sometimes.
the world. I mean, you be personal on this,
yeah.
You'll be the worst cunt in the world the next morning.
Yeah.
So, like, you jump in, you have murder with the fellas, you don't be fucking whatever.
Yeah,
the next morning they're in the same bed as each other.
Yeah.
But now there's hostility with you and the fella.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Sitting there with a shiner.
Yeah, I can relate.
Yeah, leave couples to it.
True.
Don't get involved.
Okay, hang on.
These good answers for you.
Very good.
Know what I mean? The big fella in there. Like Jeremy Coyle sitting on the chair, isn't it?
Do I spend the summer in Ibiza for a job? Or do I go on a 6-year holiday with my girls?
It's what? A 6-year holiday.
6? No. A 6th-year holiday.
Oh, a 6-year holiday. I was going to say, you want some poke, put a word in for me. But 6 year, no. Right. Ibiza, fuck the girls. You'd like her off to Ibiza.
Why don't the girls come to Ibiza for their 6-year holiday?
Valid point.
Isn't it?
Maybe they're not about that party scene. Not everyone's about the party scene.
But a 6-year holiday, is that not a party holiday? Like, did you go on a 6-year holiday?
6-year what?
Holiday.
Like, is that like
when you finish school?
Didn't go to school. Charleen, where have you been? Honestly, I never went to school.
You never went to school at all?
No, I did go to school.
When did you drop out?
I got fucked. I was going in first year, and then I was in like a special. Why are we even getting into this? Then I was in like a school for like troublesome kids.
Right, okay.
And I did my junior shirt there, and then I was in first since I'm 14 or 15.
Right.
So yeah, I didn't go to school.
So you went, but you went on party holidays, like.
No, first holiday, my first lads' holiday.
You got lost.
The Benidorm one. Yeah, don't go into it. Have the fear.
I think. I don't know, because it's between like job, which is money.
It depends. You have to. There has to be more to the bleeding story. Like, tell us, where is the 6th-year holiday? Is it like Paris or something like that? Or
fuck that.
Switzerland or something? And if it is, so if that's what you're into, boy. If you're looking, like, if you're young, what age are you in 6 years? 17, 18?
17, 18, yeah.
Yeah, like, you're 18, you sort of want to be.
Oh, maybe. Also, it's only a holiday if you're going to miss it. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, go
you
next
can see
year.
them, yeah. Or they can come to you for a weekend or something. Ibiza also doesn't have to be a party holiday all the time.
Doesn't it? No.
No,
What you
just a
going to
lovely
Ibiza
side.
for?
No, I'm just saying. I'd just get married in Ibiza.
What?
Yeah.
How old are you?
23.
You'd want to grow up.
Why? Have you not seen Ibiza, old
Look, out of everywhere in the world, though, you pick Ibiza to get married.
Yeah, because I
like,
love
not
that.
like Rome or something.
No, I've never been to Rome.
Have you not?
No, have you?
Have you been to many countries?
Yeah.
How many? Roughly. More than 10?
Yeah.
More than 15?
No.
Around 15?
Yeah, about that.
That's a lot.
I think I counted 13 before.
Mm.
But like America only counts as one country, doesn't it? It's not like separate.
Well, how many countries
Like
should America be called?
Like New York and all.
No, they're not countries. Are they?
No, they're not.
So, yeah, I didn't go to school for anyone asking, yeah?
No, yeah, they're not. I don't think they are.
Countries?
Same with like Africa and
No,
all.
they're
It's all
not
the one-
countries, of course.
But how can it be a continent and a country at the same
They're
time?
like states and all, though, aren't they?
Yeah, but how? See the way it's a continent, America.
Yeah.
How can it also just be one country if it's a continent? You know what I mean?
Got the brain capacity to think about
Okay,
that.
next question.
Oh,
Okay,
fuck's sake.
sometimes I feel like my BF of 6 years doesn't love me anymore. How can I get him to notice me? Oh,
Oh,
that's really sad, isn't it?
no.
What's your longest relationship you've been in?
4 year.
Wow.
I would say listen to Talking Bollocks episode with Jenny Kane, Spice Our Relationship.
Oh, yeah. They done an episode with like a sex therapist.
Yeah.
and-
Little. I'm telling you this. Yeah.
Did it give you ideas?
Yeah,
Have you
you're mad.
used
I'm an animal in the scratcher.
Have you,
I'm not messing. I'm an animal.
have you used any of it?
Fuck him, right? I
And
have.
has it been
Yeah,
better, like?
top of the pops. Did you not listen?
Oh, no, I need to. But it couldn't. It mightn't be about the sex though.
What
She's
is that
saying she
about?
feels like he doesn't love her anymore. 6 years is a long time, isn't it?
Yeah, but what do you just fall out of love then?
I feel like at this age as well, it's like
How old is the young one?
she looks about my age, maybe 22, 23.
It's 26, yeah?
Yeah.
Dog rough.
But that's like, they're like the years where you really change. So you can grow out of love with someone, like, can't you?
You have to talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no point typing her into Blade, Charleen and Ellie without saying it to him.
Yeah, so that's our advice is saying to him. Yeah. But I'm so bad, like, not bad, but like, I'm so outright with stuff like that. I'd have to be like, what's going on? I can't just think something and not say it, like, in that case.
Yeah.
But I think say how you feel, because otherwise you're just going to have it bottled up. And he's not going to change either.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
And I hope you're okay. Okay, one more. Do you love this?
This is a bit crack.
Your nerves?
Your nerves are gone.
Why?
Because you don't know what you're going to come out with. You get me? Like, the other one was a mad one.
No,
my friend's fella is gay and all. Like, I know him like, what the fuck do you say to that? Like?
We had a mad one, right? There was one where a boy wrote in and he said he went home with one of his dates or something.
One of his dates?
It's just a date he was on. He went home when I think he was seeing him or something. He went home to his house anyway. And the guy's dad, he'd been with the guy's dad before when he met. So he met the parents.
That's a bit crack though.
And he met, no, it's not.
What? Like, so he was with the Outlander son now?
Yeah.
That's a bit of crack. That's grand.
And he was like, should I say it to him? How do you say I was with your dad? Like,
oh, so you're talking about a gay couple here?
Yeah.
And the outlet as well?
Yeah, that's what I just said. So there's two.
Mad,
You're going.
yeah.
So it's you also have to say I was with your dad, but also I'm presuming the dad could have been with a man, but
swinger.
If the man was with a woman and was straight to her, like, do you know what kind of way?
That's a mad situation. Yeah,
that was mad. That was mad. Okay, last one. How to deal with a breakup? Looking forward to the growth, but I'm kind of lost now.
Don't know.
You're obviously going to feel lost though, and at the start of a breakup, don't you? Well, actually, boys feel it later.
I don't agree with that. I hear that all the time now. That's bollocks. People, like, there's no boys feel later, girls feel later. Every human is different. Doesn't matter what you identify as.
Yeah.
You'll feel it whenever your body tells you to feel it. Do you get me?
Yeah.
I don't really know.
I think just
nobody has the answers for that.
Do you not think like keeping yourself busy and stuff?
Yeah, of course. Like the common things, but obviously,
Yeah.
like, she knows that. You know what I mean? She's looking for extras.
I think knowing that like time heals everything, because I remember my first breakup, people kept telling me like, "Oh, just give time," but I was like, everyone's lying, because I felt so shit.
Yeah.
That I was like, obviously, I'm never gonna feel good again. Like, but you do. You do. Like, humans are so resilient, stuff like that we just bounce back.
Yeah.
Even when you think you don't.
Yeah, the main thing is just keeping busy.
Keeping busy.
Do you know what I mean? But that's hard to do when you're in that moment, and you just like your whole world is revolving around that,
and it completely changes.
Yeah,
your life changes. Yeah,
you can't even think straight then. But it's like if you just get up and get out of the gaff, you'll feel better.
Do things as well that you don't necessarily want to do, because I know for me a few times like you want to go out or something and you're like, oh, I feel like shit, and you're like, once you actually get out, you'll be glad you went out.
Yeah,
but it's just the thoughts that you just have like this horrible feeling in your stomach. Like, just keep busy, focus on yourself, and you'll be glowing in no time.
Yup. Love that. Good advice.
And that's it.
That all?
Well, we'll do one more.
Go on.
Right.
Hit me
just
with
since it's just by myself.
Hit me with it.
Okay. So I need help big time. I'm in a new relationship and things were so good in the first month.
But they always are, love.
And
they always are.
I couldn't get enough of him. But now these days it's only 2 months later and I feel like everything he does annoys me. I don't know why, and I don't know how I can go from being in love to just everything annoying. I love him.
Did she say?
So everything's she's.
So the first month
was perfect. Second month is annoying.
And she loves him.
Yeah.
After 8 weeks.
Do you think you can love someone in 8 weeks?
No, not
Do you
like
not
that.
think?
Not like that.
Not the deep kind of love, like.
Like, you're not in love with him. You love, like, you probably love his company.
Yeah.
You love the sex. You love the fun, whatever. But you're not in love with him. Trust me.
Yeah.
Like, it can be, like, but I mean, come off it, like, you know what I mean? Like, the first month was great, the second month was shy.
And that just
There's
felt like
showing off that
50,
back.
that's 50,
Red
50.
flag, wave that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Because
mean?
people are really good at showing you what they want to show you in the first bit to get you in.
He's at the changing quick though, didn't he?
Yeah. Usually it's about 3 months.
Yeah, like, I don't know, like, I'm not like that anyways. I'm
What?
like, what you see is what you get with me,
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? But like, obviously with other people, like, it's like, the first few months they're like trying to impress and blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. And then like then the true self comes out where I'm just a melter. From the second you meet me, you're gonna know. Do you get me? Like, so, like, but, yeah, I don't know. It's only 8 weeks. Got out early, isn't it?
Fuck.
Like, if your head's wrecked in the second month,
Yeah.
imagine what it's going to be like in 9 or 10 months. Get out of there.
And also, the longer you stay with him, the longer it will take to get over him. So if you go now, you're only 8 weeks in. There's only 8 weeks of memories to get over.
8 weeks.
Yeah.
Get up and get out. Taxi job.
He's a red flag.
Yeah.
But also, if it's just maybe he's not even a bad person, but maybe he just aren't
Just not
compatible with him.
working.
Yeah, that's okay. Like,
Yeah, but
No
they were just in
shame.
that little honeymoon period, like
Yeah.
you're saying. Now that little,
yeah.
where everything's
And maybe
cushy.
she's just out of a relationship or something, so she wanted a little excitement or something.
It always happens, doesn't it? Like people get out of a relationship and jump into
And
another
jump
one.
into
I'm
another
like,
one.
it's mad, girl.
I think my first one I waited like 6 months, and then the second one was like 1 year between my two relationships. That's grand. That's not jumping
that's
straight
not
in,
real
is
bad.
it?
But you ever see people who have 3 relationships in a year? One for every bleeding quarter,
How?
nearly. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense.
One for winter, one for spring.
yeah,
one
do
for
you know, it's not a bad idea, but in fairness, if it
No.
works.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Imagine meeting like every person's family, like in a year. 3 families.
Are they meeting the family in 2 and 3 months, but
Yeah, that's true.
do you know what I mean?
But would you get with them in 2 or 3 months? I suppose, yeah, you would.
Hmm.
What do you break up over then? Like, if you're only with them 2 months?
I don't know. Like, obviously, I don't know. Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
You never.
I don't do it.
Yeah.
You can't be asking me them questions, Charlie.
No. Well, thanks, Terence, for coming
No bother.
on.
Fuck Ellie, yeah. I'm taking this spot from
Fuck Ellie and her COVID.
Did you mention in it that she has COVID?
yeah.
How childish is it getting COVID in 2022, by the way? Which camera am I? Oh my God, Ellie, you would want to grow up ASAP. Imagine getting COVID in 2022.
I know.
Like, it's...
I can't believe I didn't get
Can we actually... Look, when people go mad now, we talked about this now, like, saying that.
What?
Remember, like, a few months ago, we mentioned the word COVID, people is
People
on you
with
like, oh, it's not.
No, people know you're messing, like.
Yeah, grow up. Know what I mean?
Yeah, you won't get any hate mail.
Any hate mail.
We
fuck
got-
them anyways.
Hate during COVID for everything. Remember,
Why is
I got
mentioning COVID, though?
No. This was in the podcast. This is like when during COVID I got my hair done off a girl, like one of my friends, who I used to work with, and she done my hair, and people were texting me like, "It's so selfish, not getting your hair done." I was like, "I just wanted a few highlights."
Yeah, but you always have to slap her up on the
It was,
stories
yeah.
and all, isn't
I
it?
didn't though. People just noticed I got it done. But everyone else had gotten theirs done. It was just because
Yeah, but it was
my root was
really-
down to my ear. It was bad at the time. Yeah, I know.
It was
I know.
no, not that. It was
No,
so
COVID was bad.
sensitive.
Yeah.
It was so
Yeah.
sensitive, like
Mm.
where like don't even mention the word, or else people is on you, and you could never be right.
No,
You were never right during COVID. Nobody
No.
in the world was right.
no.
You know
Ever.
what I mean?
Remember when I went to Dubai as well? I got stick for going there, and then while I was there, all my friends got COVID at home,
But you're,
and I was getting hate for being in Dubai. Not
I'm
having
not
it.
even getting into
I
all
know,
this shit
I know.
because
COVID is a
fuck
thing
that.
of the past. 2021.
yeah,
Thanks,
fuck Ellie,
Terence.
Ellie. No problem. See you after. Good luck.
Sip or skip is something we do each week where we basically have a statement and we agree. Well, usually it's we, but today it's just me. We have a statement we agree or disagree. So it's sip if you agree or skip if you disagree. So this week I was talking to Leanne, our producer, and she was saying, why don't you do like sip or skip for it to be like a solo podcast? So like solo podcast, sip or skip. So you answer me. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Do you never want to hear it again? Should I cancel next time? I think it was actually nice. Like, I obviously Miss Ellie, it's not the same type of podcast at all, but it's nice for a change. It's nice to talk about things that I can just ramble about, and things that, like, obviously Ellie hasn't done J1, so I'm going to say sip. Let me know if you would sip or skip, if you want to hear another solo podcast, or if you don't. Probably won't be happening, to be honest, unless Ellie is sick again, or I'm sick and Ellie has to do one. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that episode. Hope it wasn't too rambly. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Please don't be too hard on me, because like I said, it's my first time talking for this long. My voice is actually sore. Like, I feel like I'm getting hoarse from talking so long. But yeah, like I said, in the middle of the podcast, each week we have our little competition for Be Perfect. Don't forget to enter. So you can tag myself, Charleen, Ellie, Go Loud, and Be Perfect pages, and then just put like a screenshot if you listen to the podcast, or if you have on in the car, like a picture of the radio. So we announce the winners then in the middle of each week's episode, so make sure you listen out for that as well. And you can win some gorgeous Be Perfect goodies. As always, thanks so much Be Perfect for sponsoring the podcast. We really appreciate it, and we genuinely love the brand. If you're following me and Ellie you'll know we've been literally using Be Perfect for years. I've been brand ambassador for them for years. So to have them sponsoring the podcast is so special. We have a little code as well. So it's Hold My Drink for 25% off, and you can shop online at beperfectcosmetics.com. So we bring episodes of Hold My Drink every Wednesday, which you can listen to first on the Go Loud app and all major podcast platforms. As always, thank you so much for listening. I love yous. We love yous. Ellie love yous. I'm sure she's here in spirit. I feel like she's died. I actually feel like she's gone. We love yous. Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Subscribe to this podcast for free on the Go Loud app.